Hey, John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. We like to exchange homebrews with other people who homebrew at home. This
with
is
their brews.
With their brews. This is our homebrew exchange number 31. And this is from a guy named Mike, another Mike, in Washington State, USA.
Way over there.
Way over there. Yes, he sent a package across the country. It took many days because he did the right thing, which is don't ship too quickly, because we're all doing this for fun and I don't want anyone breaking the bank. He sent 2 bottles of beer. We're going to take a taste of his IPA. He named this the Kings and Queens IPA.
Excuse me.
Exactly. I believe this is because he used all South African hops.
Are they grown in like Queensland or something?
I don't. No, that's Australia, I believe.
Oh, sorry, wrong video.
We're Americans and we
don't know.
We hate geography.
It's not our fault. It's how we were brought up. It's our education system.
I blame it too, because that's the easy way out. So, let's talk more about this recipe. In terms of his grain bill, 78% Maris Otter malt, 13% Munich Light. That's 10 Love, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
4% caramel or crystal 15? Yes, 15.
Yeah, classic.
Caramel 15. And then 4% flaked oats. Flaked oats.
Okay. I love the color.
His mash, he mashed for 60 minutes at 149 degrees Fahrenheit. And they mashed out at 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the hop additions.
Hold on to your butts. Here it comes.
Or something. Is a
love
lot.
it. I love
it's
it.
a lot. We're going to talk a lot because there's some that I don't even know. He did bitter with 1 ounce of Southern Star for 60 minutes.
Southern Star? I don't know what that.
You're trying to do Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and just don't. Okay. 30 minutes. He had a 1 ounce addition of a hop named XJA/436.
Oh, yeah.
At 20 minutes to go in the boil, another ounce of another hop named N1/69.
This guy's been climbing the fence of proprietary hop yards.
Actually, this is a hop stand. A hop stand. He added this for 20 minutes.
Should we stand up?
Sorry. Sit down. A hop stand with NI69, 1 ounce. Another ounce of N169. U1 108. That was another
I'm loving it.
20-minute hop stand. And then 1 ounce of African Queen, hence the name. African Queen hop stand for 20 minutes. And then he dry hopped with 3 varieties, the same 3 varieties, African Queen, N169, U1 108. 1 ounce of each. And looks like he probably dry hopped for 4 days. Just use White Labs California Ale WLP001 for his yeast strain. Threw in some Irish moss. No need there. And some yeast nutrient. And then fermented for 21 days at 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
I think it's important to note that that recipe sheet you're looking at is a Grainfather recipe sheet, which may very well imply that this was brewed on a Grainfather system.
Possibly.
So
possibly. Why would he have those sheets if he didn't?
Maybe he likes the recipe format.
He loved it.
But it looked nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of information there. He did send in the email some more information. So what I'd like you to do is just give the whole 9 yards in terms of evaluating this beer.
Do my thing.
Let us know what you think about the appearance, the aroma, the flavor, all that stuff.
Keeps going.
Be careful there.
Keeps going. I'm crazy.
Be careful.
I'm sniffing it so much. I love the color. This is like one of my favorite beer colors. The haze is fairly dominant. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but there's a decent amount of haze here. And when we first poured it, the foam was nice, fairly rocky, and it's still sustaining, although it's not tall, but there's still foam on the top. Aroma-wise, I definitely get like a orangey, almost peachy thing, very ripe peach, and but there's also a floral component to it, like a almost like a chamomile or like a violet type of floral component to it, which is interesting. Flavor-wise, there isn't a whole lot of bitterness there. There is some hop bitterness, but it's not strong. I would say the flavor is not as strong as the aroma and the dry hops. So I don't know exactly the details of the hop stand, but it's hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like those hops aren't screaming out at me with any defined character. I guess I still get some of that orange and peach, but I think it's just going back up into my nose, like the aroma of it, and this is where I'm getting it.
Yep.
The beer itself is fairly soft, pretty smooth, so I'm not sure if the intent here is a New England style IPA, but it sort of has that thing going for it.
Sure.
But with the haze level and the softness, I just think that seems to be the case.
But like a nice bitterness punch. That's what I like about it. You know, they kind of there's certainly some
There's
bitterness.
some bitterness there, but it's not like bitter. You know what I mean? Like seriously, I think we need to go back and drink some like a Stone IPA to
Yes.
remind ourselves what bitter really means.
True that.
Because it's hoppy and there's some bitterness. There's definitely bitterness, but it's not like and I don't like those style IPAs anyway.
Right.
This isn't that bitter. I mean, if I drank enough of it, it's going to accumulate.
Yeah.
There's definitely a coating on the back roof of my mouth now with the 3 or 4 sips. That's which is hops. So, I mean, it's building. It's good. I like it. It's
I
pretty
like it
smooth,
too.
easy to drink.
So just to fill in from his email, he said that the hops came from the Northern Brewer 34-degree latitude sampler pack.
Oh yeah.
So that's why there's all
Okay.
these weirdo hop
Yeah.
without
So
brand
it's
names in it.
experimental,
Yeah.
unnamed hops. Yeah.
One clarifying point on the grain bill, he had to swap out. Even though he listed in the recipe Maris Otter, he only had 2 rows, so he used 2 row instead.
Yeah.
Not that you can really probably taste the difference to that. He said that he felt like it had a lot of fruit juice aromas when he transferred to the keg, but he said he felt like it went away after it carved up.
I've experienced that too.
He said that this beer spent a lot of time in the keg because he was messing with the carving process. This was his first keg beer. He had a leak, had a problem with the regulator. Then the ball lock, which came with his Blickman beer gun, refused to work on his post. I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I think when these beers age a little
Right.
bit, and if the oxygen levels aren't super, super low when you go into the keg, and when you're futzing with carbonation, if you're burping a keg and O2's getting in there, these beers, for some reason, all that late hop stuff becomes pretty fragile and susceptible to degradation with just a little bit of oxidation, even if the beer is staying cold. And the colors get a little bit darker for some reason with these oats. There's some scientific theories as to why that happens. We don't need to get into it now, but so that could be a reason why coming out of the fermenter you thought it was here, and then after a while you thought it was here. You just got to take real strong care of like that process. But you got to get your kegging down, and that's what you're working on. So that's what I would be more satisfied with.
Yep.
I mean, because this is carbonated well, it's in the bottle well. I mean, so
There you go.
I think whatever issues he was having, he figured it out.
There you go. Last point,
That's
the original gravity on this was 1050.
1050.
1050. Not as high as some other IPAs we've had. Certainly a nice starting gravity
Yep.
for
It's
this
pretty
kind of
dry
beer.
finish too.
Yeah. So that's that.
Like it.
As we typically have here at the old
Beer swapping.
Studio Q.
Yep.
When we beer swap, the beers that we get are very enjoyable. Some people did definitely send us things like saying, hey,
I'm pushing the limits.
or they say there's an issue here and I'd like you to
Yes.
tell me more about it.
I like issue beers. I like issue beers.
I like issue beers too because there's a little bit of detective in me, and I like to try to figure it out. So, thank you, Mike from Washington State. We appreciate the beer, and hopefully our evaluation of it. I think that this is, even though if you had a little bit of issues, I know he hasn't been brewing all that long, but
You're off to a great start.
absolutely,
That's the case.
absolutely, especially for our first
a-
keg beer.
Perfectly good beer.
Absolutely, I'd be very proud of this for sure. All right, if you like our channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and keep watching because we do this every week. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.
Cheers.